Hey, this is Adam with the Productivity Academy. Today we're going to go over a way how you can stay focused by batching tasks. It's simple, but really effective, and it's something I've been using a lot lately to get more done, but also to just mentally stay more focused, and I'll explain what I mean shortly. Real quick, if you want, you can subscribe below, click the button, and you get automatic updates on new videos and stuff from the Productivity Academy. Also in the description below, you can subscribe and stay up to date, and you get the special stuff that I send out to subscribers from time to time. All right, but today, like I said, we're going to talk about batching tasks. And this has been really important to me, and probably anybody, I hope. As time goes on, it never seems like you get less and less to do, right? So triage is important, or prioritization, as I've talked about it before, because you need to figure out what's your most important thing, right? But you obviously are generally not doing one thing during your day. Okay, maybe you're working on one big task or one project, but then it does obviously break down and you maybe complete your most important task, you move on. So within that, if you can, what you try to do is just called batching tasks. You try to batch things together. You get like items together. And what this helps you avoid is that kind of mental switch when you're having to switch tasks. Let's say I'm working on a work item. Let's say I'm, engineering tasks, and I'm looking at a specific project for a customer, and I'm dealing with some really analytical stuff. Okay, what I don't want to do right then is like finish one task and then switch over to, okay, I need to order some books for, a leadership seminar that I'm doing, and then try to switch back and do that. And so when you make those switches back and forth, you're losing time, first of all, but then you're also slowing yourself down because you've got to mentally switch from one to the other. All right, and it's a really well-known phenomenon. And I know when I first heard this, mentally I was just like, yep, I know it, sure, I'm sure there is. But once you start making the change to actively try to focus your time into like-minded areas, you can really start to see a big change, and you realize how much time you lost switching. Or something I noticed with myself was when I would switch. That's when I would, go to Facebook. That's when I would start checking emails that I had just checked 5 minutes before. But by really kind of focusing in on one area, it really helped me avoid a lot of that. So like in the background here, this may be like my random task list where I've just added stuff on there for the day. It's like, okay, I need to get all of this done. But I can look at and not only prioritize, but I can then batch these together, right? And I generally do like a top to bottom type of thing, but then say, okay, well, maybe up at the top I want to have some work stuff. I've got some engineering things going on. I don't want to go from the engineering roadmap to ordering birthday gifts for next month. I want to, let's see, I need to call Tom back. And then I want to organize systems for engineering. This is going to be a little bit different, but that comes next. And then maybe, in the middle of the day, I want to do some things for home and my personal life, like order birthday gifts for next month. I want to order dinner for date night. That's important, so that's going up there. And then, what do we got? Write down goals. I'll probably separate that out and then scan in tax returns and order calendar for the wall. Those two go together. And if you want, again, you can do projects or labeling inside of Todoist. I'm just using Todoist right now to show you kind of how it works. And I realize it's very simple, but it's also more important than just like physically moving these things around on the computer. It's good because it helps you organize it mentally. And instead of looking through this list, as another area where you have to switch your attention to, as you go down here, it just makes sense. You're like, okay, engineering roadmap, just need to do that. All right. And then, as you go down that list, it's already organized for you, and you're not wondering, you're not going all over the place. And I'll include a link to Focuster. I still use Focuster and Todoist. I haven't made up my mind to switch to one or the other. I find uses for both. But Focuster is really good about this because it can allow you to show like what you're focusing on right then. And that's really handy too, because you can then organize things in batches, and then you see just that one that you need to be working on, instead of sometimes with to-do list you can get a little bit scatterbrained because you see so much and your brain may pick the most urgent or the easiest instead of the most important one. So anyways, I hope that helps. Give it a shot, try batching. If nothing else, write yourself a quick reminder. Put it up on your monitor, your desk, or whatever, and give it a shot. You can't always do it, but if you can do this for a couple hours a day, or at least block out some time and do it, it's really helpful. So anyways, if you want, subscribe please, and let me know if you've got any other ideas, or if you use batching or how you do it, and I'll see you next week.